update, guys. I'm down with Wayne aboard his boat Thresher, the old 17-foot Wilson flyer. Put it in the water. They give horrific forecast coming in tonight, but Wayne's going to get us out in the harbour here, Langston Harbour. There's the old boat. Brings back memories me holding on onto a Wilson flyer like this. And he's up here. He's just going to pull up the trailer. As you can see, it looks fabulous, but it has been blowing and blowing and blowing. Yeah, I'll stand back, you can see the boat. Same as the one I had, the old girl, who's seen me in good stead for years. But we're going light tackle, so Wayne's got some light rods. Come in here, you. And he's just pulling some cable off. Just have to winch it right up there. Come on. That's bring back memories. It's weird, and it's pretty strange. Chest waders in a boat. There goes the trailer. It's a nice long trailer, that one. I think you can extend it and put a bigger boat on there as well. But you can see how easy it is here. Look, winching. My goodness me, why couldn't some of the West Country slips have a nice big winch for me? I mean, there was a couple of places I could solo launch, and I still can here, but I'm not round the corner. It's an extortionately expensive place. I'm not paying it anymore. Well, not paying it because I haven't got a boat. But there we go. I'll stand back a bit. The wind's not too bad, and hopefully we're hoping the flood tide will keep the boat. If you can see it like this, that's a tide. Look, that's how it is at the moment. If I stand back, just laying like that. Hope these chest waders don't leak. Went at a place called Sandy Point, and that wasn't great either. There was 11 of us fishing down there and 2 mackerel caught. Well, we just anchored out in the harbour. Wayne's had a drop down, so what was that running ledger there, Wayne?
Yeah, that was just a simple running ledger, small hooks. He's lovely hooked that little bass. He goes straight back, ragworm bait. We're not after these can be a pest. He will come off and he will disappear very quickly. But yeah, we're after gilt heads. Normally a day like this you wouldn't entertain going out. I mean, look, this is blowing a hoolie, but in the harbour it's perfectly doable. So all
light tackle, isn't it?
All light tackle. We thought we'd grab a day. I thought I'd break my tip straight away. Nice one. That's
oh,
busted.
It's gone.
That's all right. It's a multi-tip. I've got another 3 in there. I'll just pull that out, re-rig it, and off we go. But yeah, lost my track of thought there. But anyway, yeah. So we're in the harbour at the moment for gilthead bream. I had over a dozen in here the other day. Not big. Got a bit of structure over there behind us, which is held down by chain. So you're thinking, who knows? I think I had about 7 species. So we're hoping for very much of the same.
A bite or weed on this one.
Plenty of fish here.
Yeah, I'm on weed, I think. Lots of weed. What you do have to do when you're fishing in water like this with the light rods, very fine tips, you have to watch out because weed can get on the line and it just increases the bow in the tip, you know, the actual pressure in the tip, and that sort of dumbs off and dulls down any bites that you might see. So you really do have to watch in weedy conditions for bites.
The heavy bit feels weedy. It's not fighting particularly well, because it's the same again.
Now you see the chunk of weed on the end of Wayne's rod. We can't do the voice because it's just too howling wind in the mic, but you can see, you know, probably wound that fish not even knowing it's on there, you know, because the weed dulls the bite.
No shortage of them at all. Pretty much, I think that's the reason the flounders have gone. But
I don't reckon there's any bigger bass in here, but there must be some, isn't there?
Without a shadow of a doubt. Last year, 13 pounder come out of the harbour.
Bloody hell.
So in amongst them will be some big ones, and don't get me wrong, them little ones are a pain. A £13 one, not so much.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll take that.
We'll take that, yeah. Over the railing in the pail, or if it's the right size?
No, because you're not allowed to fish from in the harbour.
Oh, can you not keep them in the harbour?
No,
Oh,
no,
you can't fish sandals as well or something,
That's
can
right,
you?
yeah, you're not allowed, even frozen, I'm not allowed to use sandal full stop, but no, there's no deliberately targeting bass.
Yes.
We're not. I don't want those shoal bass. I don't want them at all.
We're after giltheads, yeah.
Exactly. Giltheads and anything else, really. You know, whatever comes along. But they can be a pest. Like to see the first gilt. Like to get that one in the bag. But we'll see. They should come.
Well, Wayne's got a better fish on here. We're actually pulling a bit of line off it. This was. I'm keeping the camera in as best I can because the wind is on that side. So it's pretty well that platform's working like a bit of a feature for you, Wayne, doesn't it, over there? I suppose there's got to be something hanging around it.
Well, it's going to be held down by chains, and more than one I'm guessing, so they'll have all sorts stuck to them. And I just fancied there'd be fish feeding on the bits stuck to the chains.
Just pulled off the hook.
Oh, that was nice, whatever it was. Salmon blasted.
So not a bass this time, Wayne?
No, it's a bream. It could be target achieved. There we go. Mr. Gilthead. Let me get hold of him. Come on, you. Come on, come on, come on. And there we go. Target achieved. Target achieved. Nice little gilthead bream. Not
different
huge.
shape to the head of the black bream, would you say? Slopey?
Definitely more slopey down here. I don't think he's got red on his gill plate there.
Yeah, red, yeah.
Black patch on him. I've often got the gold across there as well. This one hasn't got it. I don't see it anyway. But handsome little fish.
They've got a bigger mouth than a black bream, haven't they?
They've got some real set of like choppy gnashes in there as well. So the big ones, you wouldn't want to get your finger in there. But yeah, pretty little fish, and he can go straight back.
And you say they can go pretty big up here as well?
I've got it on good information. There was a 4 or 5 pounder in here, and I know a friend of mine had a huge one on the Isle of Wight last year, touching 8 pounds.
Wow.
And that was verified. I mean, he weighed it the next morning. I think it was 7.12, something like that. So yeah, potentially we've got lots of small ones in this harbour at the moment, that size. 3/4 pound. I think I hooked a bigger one earlier and lost it. Typically, just jumped off the hook. Can't do anything about that. But yeah, so anyway, we got the first one of the day, and let's hope we get a few more.
Well, you can see here, Wayne's not quite sure what's on there, and of course, in estuaries like this, they must get some big fish. I mean, generally there'll be a smaller fish, I say, on average, of all the different species. But if there's a lot of small fish in there, there's also got to be big fish around eating the smaller fish. It's just, you know, that's how life works underneath the water. So most of the action will be with small fish, but just be aware, could be something big out there.
That was on the bars, wasn't it?
You should get out the other side. People think I've got a terrible lisp, but I've got a camera in my mouth. Well, the wind, if anything, increased, so we can't use a microphone on the camera. But Wayne's piling away, getting you know, lots of action on the small fish in there, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. At least we got some fishing in there, and the water's not bad clarity looking at it. It's stirred up a little bit, but you can see there's still quite a bit of tide running through there, but you are able to get away with lighter leads.
Oh, there's hounds in this harbour and all sorts.
Did it get raised, thornbacks or anything? Or was that rare?
Yeah, you do get them. Not common, I'd say. Not really common. I suppose it could be a better bass. I'm probably thinking it's a hound now, but not really darting around bream like, which is a shame. I'd like it to be a bream. I mean, you know, it's not a monster fish, but it's a nice one.
Oh yeah, good one on that rod.
If you say to yourself, you know, what would you like to catch in the harbour? You know, stone's throw from the slipway. There you go. Ain't too bad, a hound, nicely hooked. See the hook, I'm grabbing my T-bar. Not what we want, but welcome all the same. And there he goes.
We went quiet for a while because I think we both thought this is going to be some gilthead bream. I thought, well, this could be about 4 pounds.
Just at the end there, I thought, no, it feels like a hound.
Yeah.
A big dig then. Strange.
Another bream coming in deep.
I don't know. Another
He's
hound,
plainy.
likely.
Is he pinwheeling?
Another hound.
Another little hound, yeah.
Hound or tote.
Yeah. Yeah, watch that tip, boy.
Got it?
Yeah, I've got it here. Watch
Oh,
it.
yeah. Is that a tote or a hound? Little hound. Little hound.
I can't talk because it's so roaring out here. It's a little bass, I should imagine, if it's anything. No, it's a little fish. Baby bass. If I come back here. Little checker bass there, guys. Been a long time coming. Wayne's had about 54. Three different species. All his fish are lip hooked and mine has toasted it. Well, there's a good amount of ragworm there. You know, sometimes they're in good condition, sometimes they're not. You know, but for small fish, you know, the ragworm is about as good as you're going to get. You could sit there with a great big chunk of squid on the bottom, but you know, you could be getting nibbling bites, just chewing away, and you only catch them when they get the bait chewed down small enough. So we had a move, decided to move a different part of the harbour there, and chugged around trying to find a different spot. Weather was coming in, as you can see, horrible black clouds there. It was definitely going to be gale force winds, you know, within literally hours. So it's just a question of being able to sneak out and grab a couple of hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever you can get in there. It's not that it's totally rough, it's just windy. You know, you can see there, they're not big waves, the boat's not pounding up and down. Still tons of those small bass around, just the way it is there. And if you use worm baits, you know, it's what you've got to expect. But Wayne was after these bream. What can I say? You know, you just got to sort of plough your way through the small fish and see what else is there. And the bonus being these small smooth hounds, which are good scrappers. I don't know about rays, whether they do get rays up in the harbour, so I don't fish here a lot, so I don't really know. Oh, and there we go, a bream. Happy days, good little scrappers. Then people can see the difference between the two.
There you go.
Head shape's different, isn't it?
There's a black bream. Quite a nice one for the harbour. We'll take him. Well, we're not taking him, we're going to let him go, but you know what I mean. You can go straight back.
Only other rods, yeah. Nothing I can do as much as we get him in.
I'm trying to work out which way round that is, but have to watch that, Graeme, because this fish takes off. I think there's going to be a cluster here. Oh.
That's got to be a hound on it, Wayne.
If that was a better bass. It's going under the boat, we'll be careful here. Oh.
I don't know which way to go round.
No, I know. Oh.
I don't want it, what I'll do.
It's a hound.
Oh, it's a hound, yeah.
Out from there. There we go. That's not a bad hound, you know.
Come on, what do you have? Well, good little bit of fun, bit breezy, but better than staying at home, people. Well, there you go. At least we had a few fish out. A little bit of action when the weather was blowing, and that's the way it is. You just got to get in what you can, where you can. And I did exactly that. I followed that trip up, straight up the river. I sort of threw the dice, really, because the river hasn't been that kind to me for barbel and chub. In fact, it's been very, very naughty. But I thought I'm going to have a look, have a throw around with a rubber lure, and this is what happened. Well, I'm back again. For more punishment, no doubt, but this time it will be in the daylight instead of in the dark. I think I'm done with the dark. So I've got just lures, a rubber-tailed fishy thing with a shot there. I'm going to, funny face, he's got a bit bent, isn't it? A few, couple of spinners and that in the pack here. Have a throw around, see what I can at least catch something in the daytime, hopefully. Maybe I might get perch. Might get small perch, jack pike. Anyway, that would be a start, wouldn't it? The downside is it's got some tinge of colour in it, so that's not good. But I'm going to have a throw out and see what this lure looks like in the water. It might look a strange rig. Now I'm going to have to strike. It's got to be a big enough fish. It's no good if it's biting at the back of this because the hook's right at the front. I'm almost tempted to slide that up a bit, if it will. and put that hook just further down the back. So I don't know if this will work or not. I think the lure might break. This perch are notorious for nipping at the back end of the lures. A jack pike would probably bite the tail off of this, I imagine. I'm perching, I'm not pike fishing, so I haven't bothered with the trace. I've got 50-pound braid straight through. Should a pike grab it, I'll be living dangerously, but I'd sooner stick with trying for perch. Just going to jig this back. I tried it once before, this rubber fish, and for quivering in close is pretty good actually. It's a sort of sprat size. You might just be able to see it there. Shot's a little bit heavy for it, just down there you might be able to see it bunny hopping along. Quite a bit of wind. Perch, it doesn't need to be too fast, that's a big thing. Alright guys, it's not going to be an epic film, it's going to be looking for one fish. I'll let you know if I do get a take or hook up. Here we go guys. How greedy are perch when they take a lure that size. I've had a couple of other bangs. I was going to put a smaller lure on, but why should I put a smaller lure on? Look at the size hook he's taken. Gets me off the mark. It's just dropping down there. I had a pretty good bang over the back there. I'm wondering if I should put a smaller lure on. Well, luckily no pikes flashed at it yet. Being a big white lure, I thought they would do. Does give it a sort of swimming action. You can see that. Drop it down, I can lift it up. I'll come down to this swimmer. I've had nothing all the way up, but I've had two bangs down here, right down the back, and I think the lure's too big. I don't think they're a big perch, so what I did, I changed over to what I call a grub, of which I only have one. This little curly tailed thing, and I've got double SSG taken off, and I just got a single SSG shot because I figure that's enough. So I'm hoping if I bump this along the bottom I don't find any wood or trees there to snag it into, and I might actually pick up a second perch. It's right down the back there. Of course now I'm stuck because the lure won't sink fast enough. I think if I put the other shot on, it's going to go too fast and go in the bottom. Just tweaking, just bumping it around on the bottom almost. And of course they might want fish to eat, not rubber worms. Yeah, it's going around a bit too fast. Tempted to try the bigger shot, but I think I would snag. Just when I thought I got it sorted with a smaller lure and a smaller weight. No. On guys, on a pike. Nice fish, just grabbed me really in close. Actually made me jump, I don't know I'm going to get it. Ooh, look at this one, kids. Ah, don't go in there, don't go in there, don't go in there. That's the horrible stuff. Don't go in there. Oh, he's hooked on a back hook. Okay. Here we go. Nice pike, if I ever get it. If we ever get it, we might get lucky. I don't know where the... Oh, get in, baby. I think he's in. Oh, yes, please. Oh, the hook's fallen out. Is it? No, it hasn't. I'm going to show you what I did. Let me get... Oh, well, that was a long time, okay? Could be better than sitting out all night, I know. Well, not all night. Look at that pike. That's a beaut. That is a nice fish for here, for this river. Now, I fished out like a dead bait. It's just a rubber lure. Let me get him unhooked for you. Hold still, buddy. Well, check this one out. All the way there and halfway back. I know. Not quite sure I'm going to get a good picture of this. I'll do my best. There we go. Well, well, well. The river curse of the river, hopefully is broken. Good fish. So what I've done there, a couple of shot up here. I was lucky there, that was on braid, but I am on 50-pound braid. I've got that rubber fish there, you can see I've spun it around the shank here, like you would do a pennel hook. Single hook there, and turn it around, you can see, forget the tag end, I couldn't cut it because I don't have braid scissors. A single hook there, and it was on the back hook that he was hooked. So if I hadn't had that trailing hook there, I probably wouldn't have got the fish. He just pulled on the rubber and cut the plastic. Get right in. One perch, one pike, and for this little river, it's quite a decent fish. There's two more holes here I'm going to drop into, and it really is pocket fishing. All I'm fishing is this hole and slack at the back here. You can't fish down there. Snaggy, snaggy, snaggy. I let it sink round there and he came up just on the edge of those rushes. Wow, it made me jump, that's for sure. Now I'm going to try if I can get in there through this jungle, this bend over here. There's a hole there, and I think there's one up there. Come to another swim, people, and yes, indeedy, if I can get it up, another perch on the old white lure there, right in the margins. He's mullered that up pretty well, but he's got his fin up as well. Nice perch, two perch and a pike. Has that turned around or what? I had a terrible shot just now. I came all the way up here and I'd left the camera bag, wait for this, in the stinging nettles. My God, my heart was going. A couple of cameras in there, luckily no telephone. I obviously backtracked. I thought, well, the chance, I just had a bump then. Chances are, there's just dog walks around, but they're never going to walk where I've been going through the nettles, so I was very, very lucky. I'm getting bumped on the old perch, guys. Right down there, I'm going to try over there. Actually, this rubber fish could be quite handy when I can't get dead baits. I think it might be game over because I don't think I've got any more. Yeah, that's gone. Oh no, I've got all my gear back. I was lucky. Boy, was I lucky. Perch, guys. Big perch one. Cracker. Michael go crazy. I lost another one as well. Don't fall off. Don't fall off. Oh, drop the hand in it. Have I got the fish? No. I got him. Bloody hell, dropped the landing net a lot. Look at this perch, people. I'm not talking funny, it's because I've got a camera in my house. That is really what I came for. That's what you call a proper perch. There you go, people. There we go. I think the words the Americans are, other than the aeroplane pilot, yeehaw. Well, that double hook rig there seemed to do the trick. That's opened my eyes to rubber baits. Don't even know what the make of this one is. I mean, I'm going through every nook and cranny. I lost another good fish down there, just bumping the the lure along the bottom. So obviously I'm very late. I said there would be 2 hours. I'm now into the third one. After a fish like that, what do you think? Am I going home? Am I going home? Could be a 3-pounder in there. Oh, look at... They got no problem mulling these shads, or whatever they are. A lovely big perch. Super fish. Well, again, decent fish came out. Not monsters, we know that. I don't go fishing for monster fish. I just go fishing for whatever you guys catch, the average size fish. I'm happy with that. Just to get out and, I don't know, quite a few. You just want to catch a few fish. So, perch and pike, sort of, have I got it cracked? More films to come. We'll see then. I've got a few more tips here. I want to run through a couple of weird bits and one good sea fishing tip. Let's crack on. Just a couple of things here I just thought might be of interest to you. Now, I used to make my booms for sea fishing. They run up and down the line out of coat hanger wire. But there is absolutely, I thought that's the cheapest way. No, it's not. There's a cheap way still. I'll show you the cheapest way I found. Really good idea, providing you can find the right diameter swivels and the right diameter of this black stuff here. So a cheap, quick and easy way is to get yourself a length of black tubing like this. It's, I call it rigid tubing. If it's been coiled, you can just straighten it out like this by warming it up. Look, with your fingers. See how I've taken out the curve in it? So it's nice and straight there. If you want the boom about this long, I've got to say standard boom will be about 3 inches long. How easy is this, folks? Just cut it with a pair of scissors. Take your swivel here, which in this case is just a barrel swivel with a link to hold your lead for beginners. Make sure that you get the swivels the same diameter, as tight as you can get. Like this, you just push it in. There's your boom. All you have to do is bring your fishing line from the rod top down, push it through the swivel end first here, slide it through the tube like that, up to your terminal tackle, which is here, a barrel swivel, and it would be, I can put one on, but a hook there. Then all you do, simple, so easy, clip on your lead. How fast is that? And there you can see it runs up and down, sliding up and down like this. It would come down just like that. Easy, simple, quick. Not quite free because you've got to buy the plastic and the swivels, but a very cheap way of making up a boom. Now then, still on the subject of salt water, I found when I was walking down Sandy Point with the wife a couple of weeks ago and the daughter, beach combing, because I like a bit of beach combing, wasn't fishing, just going for a walk. 2 different oyster shells. Now I need your expert advice on this. So you would think this is just a common or garden oyster shell. Lovely and smooth, like a gunmetal colour in there. Actually, you could keep that and put all your swivels in there, couldn't you? Like this. There you go. Swivel holder. But then I found another one. And I thought, well, I know it's an oyster shell, but it's different somehow. If you look at that one, if I can get them close enough, the ridges are all radiating up from the bottom and it's totally black. Now, I think this one, if you look at it, is more than an antique. That is Mesolithic, Neolithic, Jurassic, whatever. I've got a feeling that is one that's been in the mud from millions of years ago, and this is one that's been washed on the surface. You can see the difference between the two now? Totally different, not just the colour, the fact that this one has all the ridges radiating up and that one doesn't. So is this a different species? Is this a species that was about in prehistoric times, because it was down near the area of Bracklesham Bay potentially where all the fossil shells and shark's teeth are found? And do you know what? They're this black colour. So there you go. Anybody out there? Just put in the comments page, am I right in thinking This is just a regular oyster shell, and this one here is a prehistoric one. Something else interesting I found. When we were kids, with a golf ball, yes, this is walking Mike's dog again, going around the golf course on the footpaths, picking up golf balls for Mike, because he's a member of the club there. So I thought, well, if people want to lose them in the hedges, I know exactly the distance they're going to lose them at. I've been walking there 17 years. But I always thought as kids, we used to peel these, cut them open, peel them, and they were like elastic, wound tightly, wound around and around. We used to unwind yards of them to play with. I turned this one over, which is split in two there. What is that stuff inside? Is that how they make golf balls now? I mean, it's like, is it an epoxy? It doesn't feel like there's any give in it. It's, you know, absolutely solid. Is that how? Well, it must be how they make it. Do they make the rubber or elasticated golf balls like they used to when I was a kid? Just something random. There must be somebody out there who has knowledge of how golf balls are made. Finally, somebody sent me some bait. We won't show the labels, but this stuff's called river barbel, big river barbel, and they are dumbbell hookers. So you think, oh yeah, some more boilies. They're this shape. Anybody use these? I've not used them yet, but they are very, very, they do smell, I have to say. They do got quite a hum to them, but they're soft. So if you fish those, would you just hook them, or would you fish them with a band round there, a large band, and just a hook, you know, put the bend in there like that? What would you fish those like? As I say, they might be a new product, I don't know. They're just going to get thrown in the water. Some will have a hook on, some will be loose. And the other thing that's going, I've noticed, same principle, not going to undo it. It's called, I can't even read it, big river barbel. Is it a hook bait enhancement? So, is the river fishermen, are they all going the same way as the carp people and use that dippy juice, you know? So that's, dare I undo it? I mean, I'm not going barbel fishing this year, so it's not going to get used anyway. Let me just smell that. That's what it looks like. It's like ink. Oh man, it doesn't smell like ink. Oh, put the lid back on that one. So there's a couple of different products there now. Just interested, I've not used these yet. Are they any good? And are you in the same way as the carp people and you dip your boilie in there? Because listen, I do now. I've got some gunky stuff that I dip in, and it really does make, I think, a difference. Again, I'm not selling it, I'm not even showing the label, but are you using dipping juice on barbel baits? Is that the way it's going? Well, it's amazing, isn't it? For years, I've not used these. I've seen one or two around, I thought, I can't be bothered. But you can knock these up in literally seconds. And of course, at the end of the day, you can make them long if you wanted. You could get this stuff, look, it's a big coil. You could straighten them out with heat and make a long one for pollock. Get a stiffer one. You might want a rigid plastic, but just find some plastic. Just go around, you know, the DIY places and see what plastic you can find. And then all you do is swivels, lead, bosh, away you go. You can afford to lose it, snake in the bottom. So now, over we go to the random section. And trust me, it is random. That sort of weird horse-drawn contraption there. One hand each side there. Strange rollers, as you can see, curved inwards. Looks like a trawling net, you know, where a net goes on a trawling boat, but it's in fact a turnip sower made by John Wallison Limited of Glasgow and Welwyn Garden City. The machines could be pulled by a horse or mounted on a tractor. The basic unit drilled 2 rows of turnips, but a pair could be joined together, 2 of these together side by side, to do 4 rows at a side. Seeds were placed in the hoppers where rotating spoons dropped them at intervals into the tubes and then planted them below the ground. The rollers then pressed the seed firmly in the ground. You would never know if I hadn't brought you here that is indeed a turnip sower. Oh, I remember this is a rotavator. Again, my grandfather's had one smaller than that, but I've used one of those. Boy, when they go, you ain't stopping, trust me. The big wheels like that. And you drag like a plough bit at the back. very, very, very hard to use and hard work. Different ploughing, digging for victory stuff of World War II. There you go. That man there had to operate that machine. It's called a British Anzani Iron Horse. It's shown ploughing at the Weald and Downland Museum. And that's where they had the Women's Land Army, or the land girls, gathering potatoes. There's one for Mike here, look, an old Land Rover. I don't think this is a museum piece, I think this is running. Belongs to somebody, I don't know what type it is, somebody know? Maybe it is part of the museum exhibits. Maybe Mike should be in the museum. Or maybe I should be here in the museum. A Fordson Major Diesel. Now can you see from the early tractors we showed how that's gone up in size? Bigger engine, bigger traction, more power, more work done in one go. And a winch system as well there. That is a big unit, good old-fashioned tractor. Over here we've got a guy working on, I think it's a fret saw or a saw or a chopper or something. It's a very, very dangerous, sketchy piece of equipment, though I say it myself. This is obviously their work yard. There's a tree, look, there's a massive saw on the back of that tractor at the back end.
It's fine. Not the pressure like that. Right. If he said if you want to go on his roller, just have a jump on. Well, mother's just arrived. Oh, is she? Right. Right.
What problem have you got there?
Sorry?
What's your problem there? Is that ash coming out?
Oh yeah, that's just ash out the ash pan. It's a bit full.
How would you know that? Because there's no gauge like we have on cars.
Because it stopped making steam.
Oh, I see. It just chokes it.
Yeah, yeah. You go, what's going on? And then you think, oh, I better check the ash pan, and it turns out to be full. What normally happens. Yeah. Also, I've left it sat for a half an hour, so it
burned down, yeah?
Got a bit choked up, yeah. You have to give it a help every now and again.
That one there, that's just a safety valve hissing, is it there?
That's a whistle. That just leak. These are the safety valves.
Safety valves, yeah.
Yeah, it's the whistle valve, that one, it just drips a bit. It's almost impossible to get them completely leak tight.
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah. You can go mad, try it.
What would they use this for? Not just pulling that box around.
No, what?
That's his personal transport.
Yeah, this is just a toy, really.
Oh, you'll get that ULEZ fine.
You can all get into ULEZ, no problem.
All that cold.
Yeah.
But what would that be for? Because there's no traction wheel. What would they tow in?
This was a dredging engine. It's got a big old winch drum under here, and a big cable on it. Yeah.
So it would never have had a trailer except for.
Yeah, you got that under there.
Oh, I see. I can see the cable then. Down there, guys.
I'll get it out later. Play with a log or something. But in this size.
And then you chop the wheels, I suppose, to your.
No, that's what the land anchor's for. You wind.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You wind him down,
lock it in,
and then you ain't going anywhere.
And obviously a lot of power there too, because I mean this is heavy enough in its own as its own unit, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It goes, well, it'll break. I tried winching something that was too heavy for it, and it was sheared a pin rather than give up. So it's got plenty of go. But in this size, it is just for fun. They only ever built one real one of these.
So that's just the water tank there, that's enough to get the pressure.
But that's the boiler. This is the water tank.
Oh, that's the water storage.
Yeah, that's water storage.
That's the steam end.
Yeah, yeah.
Power end.
See, I got my fire in there.
Hope you melt the camera.
Yeah.
I can see it's all about oil. Everybody's
Oh,
oil,
yeah.
and it's just
Well, it's what they call a total loss oiling system. You pour it in the top and it comes out the bottom. And on the way it oils something.
tiny little bits.
Oh yeah. I know, I made them all.
You did this, did you?
Yeah,
Did you renovate the lot, did you? You renovate the whole thing?
Oh no, I built this one from scratch.
You built it from scratch?
Yeah, yeah.
What's the mesh for on the top? So
Two bigger sparks coming out.
Spark arrestor.
Yeah, worth, yeah. Sprat catcher, spark arrestor. Doing our best. I'm in the wrong gear.
How old would this one be?
It's about the same age as me. There's one mid 35, 36 years old, late 80s it was all put together.
As a reclaim type thing, or just new?
No, my granddad built it.
Your granddad built it?
Yeah, pretty much from scratch. Made some of the castings himself, had some drawings. And it's a bit like Trigger's mop, you know, Trigger's broom, it's everything's changed, yeah. But Dad keeps it going. New firebox and boiler was only in the last sort of 6 years. And yeah, every time my dad gets his hands on it, it makes it a bit better than my granddad built it.
It's working, no? Lovely.
Yeah, she's lovely. Absolutely love her.
Not a piece of plastic inside, is it?
No, that's it. Best way to go.
I've come on a sort of day out really. I've come so far north with the sat nav. Two priorities. One, was I in Scotland? Two, have they got a toilet here? I hate that sat nav, it takes me down every lane knowing. But here's an old garden. We're going to be walking all through different pieces, but I've just seen vineyard, vineyard. What's the pronunciation? Which one's right? Vineyard or vineyard? This is a massive one. Look at these here. It's got the grapes hanging there as well. We had one in our garden once, but it's nothing like this. And then I did something with it, watered it with something special to make the grapes go and killed it. It's the way it is. Lovely old garden. Traditional English. Very peaceful. I find it very peaceful here, this garden. This looks like a giant, mega giant sweet pea. I have grown those, and you get them right, they pretty well look after themselves. Lovely old building there too.
Oh yeah. Through his blessing under the lime tree.
That sounds good. When was that?
1 PM.
I've got some similar to that myself. I think they call them silver sultans. Gonna get the odd plane here. Obviously it's within the confines of Heathrow. Sort of kills the mood a bit, doesn't it? Sun's coming out, might be sunglasses time. Let's see what else. Let's see what else is on offer. That's a weird one. So you can gather by now that this is another portion, another epic adventure of what we call totally awesome random filming. Bit of everything. There's a nice old Buddha. Wouldn't that make a great little fishing lodge, people? It's a sort of harvest festival thing this show will come to today, so I'm not sure what's going on. So with the autumn sunshine coming out, I thought I'd better put the shades on. I've taken them off now. Look at this building, like a big old barn. Well, I hope Mike will be interested in this one. Big beams. I wonder if this had a sort of second floor to it. Why would you make the ceiling so high? This is what you call a decent piece of wood being used to make this. My goodness me, we've made cabins with Mike. You've seen them on TA Outdoors. We do this sort of overlap. They call it like a ship lap. Look at the thickness of that. That's nearly from there to there. It's nearly an inch thick. The overlap on that. So there's a fair old weight up there. And I wonder if that's ash. It's Mike's cabin he's made that we built for his forest tools and stuff like that. Is ash. Lovely big barn. You put some fishing tackle in there, couldn't you guys? Let's soldier on. Looks like a little pond here. I imagine there's no fish in it. Fishing yesterday. Don't ask. Another blank trying to catch a barbel out in the river. Imagine this is for wildlife here. There we go. Smooth newts, oh, I've not heard of those. Pond skaters. I think us fishermen have seen most of those when we've been out. There's another sort of pond here for wildlife. I imagine full of frogs. Oh, it's a lovely flower. Look at this one, guys. This is lovely. Beautiful. Call it a flower. It's actually a bush, isn't it? So guys with the apps, who's got the app to tell us what this one is? Look at all the bees in there. Absolutely loaded with bees, this bush is. And this is, look, October time. Absolutely smothered. Somebody's got to tell us what this is, because the bees absolutely love it. And here is the Dig for Victory. We'll end up doing all this. We're all going to be doing this in the future. We might, grandchildren will do. Dig for Victory. But it does at least show you what you can do if you plant stuff. These have all been pulled because it's I'm at the end of the season. Can you point me in the direction of this way, or is it that way? Oh, I'll go this way. These are the scarecrows. This one's called Sydney the Scarecrow. It must make their arms ache being out like that all the time. I think they should make one up here with a stick pointing like a gun and the other arm folded in. If you look on our house, we've got one at the back called Dougie. I've tried to give him a better pose than a rigid one like that. It's just a personal take on how the scarecrow should look. You've got the chickens in there, chicken coops. I actually kept bantams as a kid, believe it or not, on the back lawn. And then I think Mr. Fox got them. These ones are called Dorking chickens. I don't know what that is. I remember there was an old plant where they called nasturtiums. these ones. Of course, this was probably the most important thing, was composting. The different stages you had of composting. We actually had the fill in there, that first one where you put all your leftover vegetable cuttings and all that there. Then you cover it here so it rots down like to the bottom there, and eventually, look, they show you how it exactly breaks down to this, which is the compost ready to go back on the allotments, which then can give you all the food you want, instead of fertilizers, which really work but don't do the planet, or probably us, any good. They were pumpkins, they've all been picked. Again, this is just a nice area to work. You can imagine working in here. All these rows planting out. I'm at the wrong time of year, but there are a few of the flowers left, look. Really nice colours. Just sort of old school type of garden. So you've got vegetables. Look, on one side here you've got the vegetables, and there you've got the flowers. This was assumed from when they used to do a lot of cherry growing up here in the Chilterns, and they say there it's free draining chalky soil, and the chalkiness is said to bring out a bright acidity in the juice. A typical orchard supported about 60 fruit trees per acre. Trees were much bigger than the modern varieties and planted at a lower density. Cherry pie villages they used to have around this area. Sear Green, with wife's relatives I think up that way. I didn't know that. 280 varieties of cherry were grown mainly in Kent, Buckinghamshire, Hertfordshire, Worcestershire, all the shires basically. One of the cherries was named after the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. There's so much information here, and that must be extendable. My goodness me, it's a long ladder, and look how it's been made. Look, how long is that? 16, 18, 20 feet long, and widened out here at the bottom to give you stability. One wouldn't want to be treading on it now. And a bit of thatch at the top, so this would have been a working unit as well. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. As I speak, the weather is absolutely horrific. I mean, I've been editing, just piling through it, you know, just to give me something to do. There's no way in the world I'm going fishing, but guys, after this big blow, I think the old cod have got to be worth a look at off the south coast beach. The south coast has been pounded, and I feel once that just settles down, if you can get down there, lugworm and squid, you've got an outside chance of some fish there, really. I might even have a go myself for the weekend. I'll see what that wind gets down to. It's got to get down, it's got to get about 14 degrees, my cut-off temperature. So thanks for watching this show, hope you enjoyed it. Watch out, I'll see if I can do another double week upload next week. We'll just have to see how things go, and we'll see you in the next episode. What am I going to do for the next 3 days?